You know how Pastor every now and then he talks about how when he goes out to a meal with his family, and as they're being served and they're getting ready to ask a blessing over the meal, Pastor will ask the waitress if he or she has any prayer requests and stuff, with various reactions. Well, I've been thinking about doing that a lot for a while, and finally I decided to do this. And this was last week, and my family had gone to kind of a late breakfast in Lockford, actually. And we'd been seated. Our orders had been taken, and the waitress was starting to bring out our meal to us. And my family normally we'll ask, we'll say a prayer over our meal and our time together and whatnot. And so I go, hold on a minute. I'm gonna do what Pastor talks about. I got to try it. And it's kind of a nervous thing for us to do that and step out in faith like that. And various members of my family was going, no, our food's going to get cold. just pray, so our food doesn't get cold. And I go, no, I'm going to do this time. So the waitress brings over, and it just happens to be my plate, was the last thing she brings over. And I look at her, and she's all, is there anything else that you need? And I look at her, and I said, well, my family's about ready we're going to pray a blessing over our meal. I wanted to know if there was any prayer requests that you might have, or anything you could use prayer for. Well, her reaction was, oh, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. Her arms were way out here wiggling. Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm great. Everything's good, and it's just great. And she disappeared so fast. So, just like, okay. That didn't go as I was hoping it would, and okay, we'll pray, but we'll pray for her anyways. And so my family, we asked her blessing, and we mentioned her, and we actually knew her name because she'd introduced herself, and so we prayed for her by name. And as we started to eat, she comes walking back over, and she goes, there is something that the next time you pray, there is something you could pray about. A young girl last night, and this was last week, a young girl was driving and was in a car accident and was killed. And so her family could use prayer. So please, next time you pray, please remember her family. And and then she took off again. But what that did was my family and I immediately, we prayed for that girl's family. Well, it doesn't end there. And it was really neat. Yesterday morning, I came to men's Bible study here at the church, but my wife and the boys had dropped Liam off at his cross-country training. He does that every day. And then Vicky and Lathan, my youngest, went to breakfast at IHOP. And so I'm sitting there at the men's Bible study, and I get a text from my wife saying that my youngest son, Lathan, just asked the waiter or waitress if there was anything that this person needed a prayer for, and then Lathan prayed for him. So not only was it an opportunity last weekend to pray for a family and make a waitress uncomfortable, but it was a legacy that I was able to set an example for my son, and that he has already, within a week, has already following in that legacy.
Everyone counts, amen?